What's up, everybody? Another lovely Sunday in the shop. I am going to try to show you around. It's raining today. I had a bunch of stuff to do outside. Needed to clean up around one of my sheds down the hill that had a bunch of leaves and crap that I pulled off a job site I needed to clean up and burn. But since it's raining, I'm going to be spending most of the day in the shop. So I'll kind of show you what I've got going on in the shop today. Don't have anything to do with the animals. It's too cold to get the bees out. Don't really have many honeydew projects. I'm sure I'll dream something up, but may end up working on the Jeep today. So let me kind of show you what we got going on in here. So I reorganize this. So usually about once a month I'll come in here and just move everything around. So I put my wood burning stove back in here. It does alright. It kind of keeps the chill off. If it's real cold, I will get this little salamander going, which heats it up in here really nice. But diesel fuel's not free, so I try not to burn it unless it's really cold out. Got the motor for the Jeep that I need to get started on. I've got an engine stand back behind the garage. I just need to dig it out and put that on it. And then I've got all my little stuff organized. This is all my paint and caulk, that kind of materials, and I kind of have my outside cutting stuff. There's a bunch of my bee stuff. I've got 3 totes outside. One is full of large frames, deep frames I should say, and the other one's got a bunch of super frames, honey supers, which are the medium boxes. I think that's what they're called, the mediums. I don't have any of the small boxes. To me it didn't make any sense. I'd rather have all the same size boxes, but since when you buy a starter kit and it comes with deeps, a nuke, that name slipped my mind. The nukes come in deep boxes, 5 frame deeps. So I went ahead and bought enough of those deeps. I'd only have 2 deep actual boxes. All my ones that I made myself are mediums. So I've got my screens up there. There's a spacer. That stack in the corner is actually my BVAC. And then those 2 boxes on top, or barrels on top, are my for pulling honey out. Those are food grade buckets. So all kinds of fun stuff. And then I have just an excess of crap. So those of you that follow my other channel, I've got a remodel and a handyman business I do on the side, and this is a vast majority of my extra stuff. So everything from extra electrical, I've got tons of extra lights, drop lights, extension cord reels, that's some of my concrete stuff, drawer slides, exhaust fans, you name it. I've got tons of crap. I thin this out about twice a year, and it seems like it don't take long to build back up. Got the Jeep body that I've been working on. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos on the Jeep. I pulled this tubing that was on here off. I found that you could get this, you can order it online, but it was all rotten. This section right here actually had a piece of wood shoved in it to try to keep the frame up. So I'm going to order that new. I was really astonished how hard it was to get these rivets off. I drilled them and used a grinder, and this is a 67. So even being 50 plus years old, it about ripped the metal out just trying to get those rivets out. So those tack weld spots, I was kind of astonished how secure they were in there. So I hadn't done a whole lot to the bottom other than rip that off, tore off some of the rotten stuff. I have started sanding the sides, and then I've got the inside pretty well cleaned out. They had used, they didn't actually weld these in, these little corners. They used liquid nails, I believe, to stick the pad and the carpet to it, which was a pain in the butt. And then instead of cutting these off, like I had mentioned, I just used this rebar to wrap around that to kind of give it a, I don't know, some kind of a finish. So, still got lots more to go, but as you can see, there's a ton of holes in the bottom. You can get new floor pans, but I'm not going to worry about it. Most of this is flat with the exception of this hump here where the transmission sets. So I'm probably just going to push some new flat steel in there. And I plan on rhino lighting the whole thing, so I'm not worried about doing a deluxe finish job by no means. More tile stuff, paint stuff. Have a ton of crap up there. That's all my fishing and hunting stuff. There's about 7 coolers up there. That is a prosthetic leg you're looking at. It's my bow fishing setup. It's where I keep extra insulation and siding stuff over there. I kind of keep my handyman remodeling stuff on this wall. Chemicals up here. That's where I keep some of my bigger, like chainsaws. That's a concrete saw. Some of that other bigger stuff. And this back wall, other than the fridge, I try to keep this all mechanical. So these are all tools. Got my drain pan for my lift, parts washer. And then up in here I have a bunch of chemicals. There's oil and mechanical chemicals back in there. I got my lubricants in here. You see a smoker back in there. It's just kind of a hodgepodge of crap. Then a bunch of cleaning materials in there. This is my little mobile workbench on my business or my handyman channel, Handy Tips. You can see the kind of a review of what I did when I made this little workbench. This is another little mobile bench I made. I put a door on it last weekend. This is just a sliding piece of paneling. It slides back and forth. I keep some of my tools in there. The tough part about having mechanical and remodeling in the same shop is this sawdust gets on everything. So I try to cover up my tools and stuff as much as possible because it gets nasty. So that's another little mobile bench. Just has my sander and band sander on it. Then I got a workbench back here that I keep my drill press and router table on. This is the wall I keep all my woodworking stuff on. There's more tools back in there. That box is actually full of the wiring harness and electrical stuff for the Jeep. Bunch of scrap wood. And over here, these are some extra boxes I don't carry in my truck all the time. So that's got all my pick stuff in it. This next one over has got camera stuff for the GoPro. 1800 mounts. This box has drywall anchors for screws and stuff. That little bin is full of stuff I'm going to take back. Excess job materials. Got a bunch of tie straps, ratchet down clamps and stuff in there. Keep all my air compressor stuff in this box. Use that for burning trash, a little blow torch. And then right when you first come in, this is my welding section. So I got my 225 Lincoln arc welder. That's a little Harbor Freight MIG welder. The feed on it is a pain in the butt, but it still works. A little Hitachi chop saw, and then I got a little torch. I made this little rack. That rack was made out of extra metal from the crate that this lift came in. So then you got a Husky air compressor, and that's just extra welding rods. And there's a picture of my ex-girlfriend. So all kinds of fun stuff. So that's a little shop tour. Thought I'd give you that today. Like I said, I'm just going to be in here fiddle farting around. I don't really have any projects to do, but thought I'd take the time to kind of show you around where I spend most of my evenings. Y'all take care. See ya.